Just don't let me see you shoot no dogs.
Roundtable Radio.
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's going on with you, boss? How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Everything good?
Good deal. I'm feeling great, feeling enlightened, feeling heightened, feeling high.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely, man. That's what's up, man. Well, I want to go ahead and thank you for stopping with me to talk about some projects, man. Talk about this video. Talk about some things dealing with you as an artist, man. I appreciate you for stopping with me for a couple minutes, my brother.
No problem. You already know what it is. I'm here to support anybody and everything that's for the movement. You feel me?
Oh yeah, man. Well, shoot, let's go ahead and get it started, man. Now, I like to start my interviews off by asking artists, you know what I'm saying? I like to get to know them on a personal level, you know what I'm saying? See where they're coming from as an artist, as an individual, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna start this question off with you, when it comes to you being an artist, you know what I'm saying? What do you think motivates you for you to be able to be at your best when it comes to you come doing songs or videos or anything like that?
Honestly, for me, when it comes to my art, it really just comes from not even experience. You see, I was kind of born for it. I ain't even gonna lie, cause like, you know, my mom was an artist, my pops, he was an artist, and I don't think they really expected their son to really be an artist, cause you know, at the time I kind of wanted to do other things, but like, I guess the universe and like, you know, higher power and just me in general had said to myself, like, yo, this is my medium. This is how I communicate to the spirits. This is how I communicate to the world. And ever since then, like, music has been following me. Even when I wasn't doing music, it was following me.
Yeah.
And so it basically became a reason and a motivation. But at the same time, it started becoming an occupation. I'd probably say around like 4 years. So my whole motivation behind that was really the continuous journey of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I spent so many years doing it, and so many signs kept coming up, even from like different sections of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, yo, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So like, that's basically how I got into it. You know?
Okay. Now, like, when was that? Like, when did you be like, okay, this is actually what I was made to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, was it when you first did that first song? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or like when you started seeing like the buzz coming back from it? Was that when you were like, okay, this shit could really, you know what I'm saying, be what I was really born to do? You know what I'm saying? Because when I grew up playing the drums. You know what I'm saying? I was born to really,
Yeah.
I like to say I was born playing the drums. You know what I'm saying? But I merged into producing and rapping and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like, was this like something that was just built from like the ground up, or was this something you had to ease into, or how did you be like, okay, this is what's what?
I'm not gonna lie, I went through a lot of phases. Like I said, I battled with a lot of struggles throughout my life. Like, I was a young kid. I didn't know what was best for me. I didn't know what was best for myself. Used to do a lot of drugs, used to, do, just a lot of things that I shouldn't really talk about on camera, you know what I'm saying? And like, the only thing that kept me sane and kept the pressure off me whenever it was times of grief, it was music, you know what I'm saying? And I would say I really didn't take it like serious until like 4 years ago. Cause when I moved out west, music was sort of the thing, you know what I'm saying? When I moved out west, I had joined an indie label. And they had put me under their wing, taught me about the business more in depth, rather than me like selling myself a dream. You know what I'm saying? Because it do take hard work, and it take that grind in order to make it in this business. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. So I suppose, what really took me to that point where I was like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, was the fact that I spent so many years not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Just using it as a medium of therapy. You know what I'm saying? Not even a medium of therapy, because like I said, like, I've done more genres than just hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I've done, punk, rock, grunge. Like, I've done a whole bunch, you know what I'm saying? And I guess it just seeded in me. Like, I always loved hip hop. Hip hop followed me. The first album I ever bought was Lupe's Fiasco's Food and Liquor. You know what I'm saying? Cause, yeah. Cause I was a skater. And when I heard Kick Push, I was like, oh, I like this man. I heard that album and I heard it was like so powerful, so prolific. Like what he was talking about was just what I was about spiritually.
I feel like he meant to do that. Now that you mentioned that, I feel like he meant to do that. You know what I'm saying? When he came out with that with Kick Push, and it was mainly for skateboarders. You know what I'm saying? But then then when you listen to his other music, it's like, oh, okay, so that's what you know what I'm saying. So I agree with you on that one. Yep.
Because you gotta and one thing about that is like when it comes to skaters and even drug dealers and people who grew up sort of doing like what it's called the lumpen proletariat, those who are deemed unfit for regular society.
Yeah.
So when you make music for the lumpen proletariat, you have to remember that you're also trying to open their minds. And at the time, like my first time hearing that album, I was like, you know, in 6th grade, and you know, I was not the best kid, but like that album motivated me to see a change in the world. You know what I mean? Like seen a vision in a different way, because back then my vision was more or less of some, you know, sell this, sell that, get money and fight all day. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that ideology started changing when I started studying, when I started reading. Like, you know, I started reading young. You know what I mean? And you know, ever since then, it just things started clicking in my head. Made me kind of insane, but hey, the music though. You know what I mean?
Like, so, like, do you think? Because I can see that. You know what I'm saying? That style venture off from your music. You know what I'm saying? Because I was listening to Blk Dog, Black Day. I want to say, is it your album?
Yeah, Blk Dog.
Yeah,
Blk
you know
Dog,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
I was listening to it, and honestly, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, man. It sounds like XXXTentacion mixed with Lil Uzi Vert.
Hey, I don't mind that, bro. Yeah.
Cause like it is different, man. Cause honestly I was expecting some trap shit, bro. Cause when I heard that song, Kitchen, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, this shit, you know what I'm saying? I hear what you're talking about. But then when I listen to your album, it switches up a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's a little different.
Yeah. So that's why I feel you when you coming from, when you talk about Lupe, and you know what I'm saying, how he can what's the word I'm looking for? Bring you to his album without him actually putting material out from his album. You know what I mean? Like that's how I get. That's a vibe I get from you, man. Now this video Kitchen, man, I want to talk about this shit, bro, because that shit, I'm fucking with that shit, bro. I fuck with the beat. The beat was different, bro. I was not expecting that type of beat, bro.
Yeah.
I was not
crazy
expecting
thing
that type
about
of beat, man. Like, how did that song come about, bro? Like, how did you come up with the concept?
It's funny because that you mentioned it, because Blk Dog is a lot of old shit. Like, you know, I needed something to put out, needed something to show the world, and something that was performative, because I was around people that was like, yo, you got to do something for the people. Yeah. Now, Kitchen is more recent. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kitchen is super recent. Like, Kitchen is me saying, fuck the social status quo, I'm going to do me. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because more of my actual core have been gravitated to what I've been saying in that, opposed to what I was trying to do, where I was trying to hype everybody up and cheer everybody up. Because me personally, I'm a scholar. I'm an intellectual person. My major was psychology. So like, I'm talking, somebody needs to hear me. I don't really need to yet, because I know my lyricism will stand out more than my delivery half of the time. You know, my delivery is important, but like the way I say shit, it just go over people's heads sometimes. But like you said, yeah, man, Kitchen, damn, it's crazy. Kitchen, I recorded Kitchen on the full moon, and it was a beat in my email, and I was about to go to sleep. I was super high. I was about to go to sleep. I was like, man, I don't feel like recording, but I heard the beat, and I was like, that always happens,
like, bro.
And I heard the beat. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. And then like something, I don't know what it was, just clicked, because like I didn't even really write the hook. You know what I'm saying? I was just like in my head for a minute.
Yeah.
And then you know, I was having a conversation with my mom prior to recording that song, and she was telling me like, you know, just the shit I used to do like as a child and stuff like that, the bad situations I put myself into, and how like she had definitely expected me not to involve myself in the situation. So what she had told me was she was like, yo, like, you know, you went in there, you didn't expect what you got, but you got what you got, and that's the outcome. So like the hood for kitchen, when I say mama told me and I still ain't listen, keep your ass up. Everybody mama done told them stay out the motherfucking kitchen.
Yeah,
like,
that's what caught me right there. That's
but,
honestly that's
yeah,
what right
you
there.
know
I'm
what I'm
like,
saying?
this some smart ass shit right here, bro. Because
Right.
everybody's mom done told them what are they moms up in there cooking? What are they moms just got done
Right.
cooking? What it's too
Right.
late? What you know what I'm saying? Because you know if you if you used to live in a black household, when your mom turned that kitchen light
if you
on,
was in your mama kitchen, if you was in your mama kitchen in the black husband, get your ass out of that kitchen. I ain't done cooking for her. You'll get the paddle to your back.
Especially
Like,
after
straight
a
up.
certain time, bro. After a certain time, bro, she turn them lights off and keep that oven light on. Bro, keep your ass out the kitchen, bro.
I'm telling you, don't touch that food till mama done. Like,
man. And then but somebody just said, "Oh, you fucking around cooking drugs in the kitchen, yo." She definitely gonna tell you keep your ass up out the house. Then, trust me.
yeah, but you know but you know she's right. That's my lady right there. She's right. She was like, you know, my mom. You know, I use that as a metaphor because my mom also told me stay my ass out the kitchen. But like, she also knew I was
doing other shit. Yeah.
Allegedly in the kitchen. I ain't gonna say, you know. And you know, I felt like that was the easiest way to make revenue at the time, was to, you know, finesse and, you know, sell and all these other things. You know what I'm saying? Because it was. I seen the most money out of what I was doing on the streets than I ever seen going to school, getting a job, any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, for me, it was like, yo, like, fast money only, no choice is lit. This is lit to me. But like, you know, even then, like when I say how to make a bag, just shut up and listen. Even then, you know, those circumstances brought me to where I am now. Yeah. You know, like I wouldn't even consider myself just a hip hop artist. I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. If I want it, I'm gonna get it straight up. Like, that's just how it is. So like, I'm talking to the people by saying, look, just listen to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, as an MC, as a rapper, I know you hear a lot of bullshit, but just shut up, listen to what I got to say, and you'll pull a message from that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the important thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you hear what I'm saying, you'll truly comprehend what I mean, even as far as when I say in that hook, like, keep my ass out the kitchen. You know, I'm not saying do the same shit I fucking did. Yeah. I'm saying, yo, find a hustle that suits you. You know what I'm saying? Because hip hop suits me. It's something I'm good at. You know, so I promote myself or I market myself or I do everything I can in my power to make sure that I expand myself in this industry.
And that's important right there, bro. Because I was gonna ask you, man, like, what could you say to the younger generations out? Because you know what type of music is playing today. We all know. You know what I'm saying? We all know what we're gonna listen to when we turn on the Lil Baby album. We all know what we're gonna listen to when we turn on a Future album or a Kodak album. You know what I'm saying? It's they trying to talk about something, but then again, they talking about other shit too. You know what I mean? So hearing from what you just said, that you know what I'm saying, you had to switch it up. You know what I mean? What could you say to the young dudes out there who think being in that kitchen is what it's all about, or talking about, you know what I'm saying, being on the block or talking about other shit, that's what it's all about? What could you say to them to be like, yo, this is the right way that you want to go without fucking your life up? You know what I'm saying? Because you also were able to make it out and were able to flip your career into something positive. You know what I mean? Right. So like, what could you say to the younger ones to be like, yo, this is the right way?
I personally want to start by saying, a lot of this generation listens to music very vicariously. And when I say that, I mean a lot of folks, they hear what they saying in these songs, like, I get money, I fuck bitches, you know, I twerk, shit like that. I don't do that shade throwing out artists, because, you know, me personally, I like to see the next man brother come up, because like, they killing us in the street, they doing this, that, and the third. So like, I ain't gonna knock another motherfucker come up. I ain't gonna do that. But my personal opinions do stand true. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I ain't knocking your hustle don't mean I don't think you're garbage. You feel me? So like, at the end of the day, I really think it's important that we understand what we listening to music for. If you're listening to music to go turn up and do a whole bunch of drugs, yo, keep that shit up. Keep that shit away from me. Like, I would tell my fans personally, like, yo, if you think I'm gonna be on some bullshit, yo, get the fuck out of my fan base. Like, I personally want to attract 100K of folks that is about something, about expanding their intelligence, about expanding their mind, about opening like different portals to this world. Cause like we already getting damaged from the industry, the streets, the police. It's just so many different avenues we as black people are getting damaged from.
Yep.
So like, I really just think it's important. And let me go back to what I was saying. I really think a lot of us live vicariously because, you know, a lot of folks, they'll listen to this, they listen to these dudes and they'll be like, yeah, I'm a thug now, or, oh, I'm a drug addict now. And, you know, I'm going to be completely real with you. It ain't always black people. Sometimes it's melanin recessive people.
It's everybody.
The melanin recessive people.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? They'll see it and be like, oh, I want to be like this rapper. And I'll be like, bro, you're not even from where this rapper from, bro. You don't beat like that. Because some of these rappers, you know, they from there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that was their life. You know, like, I don't, you know, that's why I'm saying I don't knock the dude hustle, because maybe that was his for real life. Maybe he was just raw dogging bitches and getting money all day and shoot. That was his life.
I mean, yeah, you could say that. You could say that, you know, about them in the past years. You know what I'm saying? But then when we got to 2010, it was just like you got people who wanna have clout more than have.
It was sort of a 50-50. It was definitely a 50-50. And once again, I ain't gonna say no names, but it was definitely a 50-50. You know what I'm saying? It was.
You ain't gotta say no names, man, but we know. You know what I'm saying? We know. Cause listen. This
we know.
That I like about being not only an artist, but being somebody who is out there looking for talent. You know what I'm saying, to promote.
Right.
You know what I'm saying.
Right.
You can tell who's who. You know what I mean. And that's why I love doing this podcast shit so much. Is you can tell who's really been out there doing it, who got the knowledge, and who's just out there really just trying to get clout. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's real.
And so you know, you can see, for the ones who know, that we can see the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own, man. To each his own, I guess.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely to each his own. Because once again, like I said, I have my opinions, and I would really like for people to listen with their eyes and their ear. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see, and you can hear, and you can feel. Like, music is literally a frequency. It's a vibration. It reverberates through the air. The frequency travels into your body from your mind. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Music in itself is a medium for people to translate their thoughts, energy, and ideology through. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I consider rappers the new activists. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, yo, we got this platform, and we surrounded by a whole bunch of people, young and old, that are fiending for not even a, like, whether the vibe is good or bad, but I'm gonna just talk from my perspective. If I want to speak to somebody looking for knowledge and looking for experience, then that's what I'm gonna translate to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, back to even that song, you know what I'm saying? Like, that hook, it sounds like some mainstream shit, but it's definitely deep rooted in something more powerful than that. Like, you know, when I make music, I think of it like, you know, the way I was raised as a very militant black youth. You know, I went to a lot of programs that involved, you know, a lot of black power, a lot of black, you know, just bringing upness, the better comeuppance of black people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was raised around Muslims, raised around Black Panthers, you know, all that shit. So, like, you know, when I make music, I think deeper than just, I'm going to get a bag today. You know, even though that's how I translated it, it was deeper than that. Like, I was like saying, yo, like, this is like a marching chant. You know what I'm saying? And I write most of my music like that. Like it's that hook too. That's why when you said the beat was real interesting, because it's kind of got that hook 2, 3, 4, that military pattern. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And most of my new shit had it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, in the past when I was doing music, I was really trying to find my sound. You know, because I was doing things.
That's with everybody, man. I feel like everybody has to go through that once in their life if they want to be an artist.
Yeah. And yeah, I think I really had hit a mark with my more recent than like even like my past stuff, because, you know, I was trying to do stuff like real dynamic. You know, I was trying to use all my skills. Like, I already knew I was a dope lyricist. I already knew, like, you know, I had the ability to scream and use my voice for technicality and stuff like that. But, like, you know, I finally decided, like, this is what I'm going to do, and this is going to be my message. And it's always been my message. It just more or less, it definitely sat in my soul. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, man. Most definitely, man. And that's real, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I always question, you know, how people feel when they record music, man. Because that's one thing that's important to me. It's one thing to just put out songs. It's one thing to put out an album. But if there's no heart in the music itself, it don't really mean shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna buy it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna listen to it because it's not genuine, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's important, man. That's important. I feel like a lot of people need to take heed of that and really think about it, because like I said this in my podcast one time, you know, music, depending on the artist, can change somebody's life. And you know what I'm saying?
It can definitely change somebody's dynamic.
You know, no matter if he's Future, no matter if he's anybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has that one fan that's just like, if I don't listen to this artist right here, I'm not gonna make it through this day. I'm not gonna make it through tomorrow. I'm not gonna be able to, you know, do anything. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to listen to this artist. That's why I always like to spread. You know, I always like to say, you know, that positive message or that message that you put into your music is important, man. Because some of these songs could depend whether this person lives to see it another day or if he commits suicide that day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so you gotta remember what you putting out and know what you putting out. You know what I'm saying? And make sure it's genuine, because it could be fatality for somebody. You know what I mean? And
hey, what's up?
Hey, man, that's gonna be that's blood on your hands. I hate to put that pressure on artists like that, but it's true. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fact. That's mega fact.
Yeah,
that's mega fact.
So mega fact. You know, I really wish people would. I really hope that when people see these interviews and hear artists talk, you know what I'm saying, that they really listen and try to take heed of some things, because, you know, the music game is dangerous, man. It's not just about music, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's bigger than that. They man, I could be here all day talking about, like, you can just peep messages. There's so many messages they trying to translate through this music. This medium is literally the devil's work sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I notice it. You know, I see the signs. Like, I open my eyes, open my ears, open my head. Like, the reason people talk about the same thing is because they're trying to put people in a box. It's scary to me, though. It's scary. It's not scary to me, but it's scary for my people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because what's going on right now is a very powerful thing. Like, all this execution of the black race, all of this shit is like mentally, like, trying to, like, degrade us in a way where it seems as though we can't make it through. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, like, there's always a darkness and a light. Like, even one of my friends, he came to me, he's like, bro, I don't even know if I even want to be here anymore because of what's going on. And I was just telling him, yo, like, this is a real crucial time for us as young men to be around. Straight up,
war, man. It's a war.
Like, it really is.
Like, that's why I was pissed, man. And hold on one second. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
We good? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I was pissed off, man, when what's the name? Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B came out with that song, man. That WAP song, man. Look, man. I had another interview with another artist, C-Note, man. We were talking about it, and it was a couple weeks ago, man. But I was telling the man, like, yo, it's that message. I feel like it was a wrong time to put that song out. Why? Because it's a war going on outside. You know what I'm saying? It's only been a couple months after the George Floyd incident, like, what, 1 or 2, you know what I mean? And now here y'all are talking about, you know what I'm saying, some wet ass pussy. Man. It's just like, bro, it's not the right time to be talking about this, man. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about your coochie, like.
It's not the right song to be talking, not the right time, man. This man just got murdered by the police while somebody else, you know what I'm saying, was just standing there watching the shit for 8 minutes, was it? And 8 minutes, 45 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Quote me if I'm wrong. But then
I think that I personally ain't really seen the video, and me personally, I don't really like looking at black trauma simply for my own head, because I already know what's going on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I saw it on the first time I saw it. I think I watched it twice. I was scrolling down social media, and then right when it happened, you know what I'm saying, it was on the homepage, and then I did a video where I had to enter a clip of it, but it was a wrong time, bro. It was a wrong time, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, I caught a lot of flack behind that, mainly from females, because they feel like, oh, you shouldn't be dissing Cardi B and this and that, but it's the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? We
Man.
know what they rap about. We know what their music, all of their music. If you go listen to an album from either one of them, there's no, you know what I'm saying? We know what it's about. But my thing is, if you're gonna put out a song around that time, make sure it has a message behind it to where we could get somewhere from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's real. That's real.
It's
I
all
think
about that message, bro. And now
yeah.
my thing was they're looking at us how they want to look at us because of this, because they're not taking us seriously. You know what I'm saying? And we, you know, if another incident like that happened, we'd be back marching again. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna put out a song right then and there, make sure it has that message. Make sure it's genuine. You know what I mean?
Right.
So people can move. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say, bro, that if you go when you put out albums or any artist put out albums, we know rappers want to get off a little bit. That, you know what I'm saying? That's rap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But just make sure you add a little something extra.
Yeah, add some type of message to it, and just to play off of what you said, man. Like, we gotta understand like the training as Black folks, you know, because one, there is a Black male and a woman's separation that is heavily promoted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I say heavily promoted, it's like there's a race war that's being created, but there's also a gender war being created. You know what I'm saying? When this is the time Black men and women should be standing together, like, period. Like, this is the worst time for us to be talking about, well, men ain't shit and these bitches ain't. This is the worst time for us to be talking about that, period. And the reason I say that is because, yo, like, we as a people, our children getting murdered, our men are getting murdered, our women are getting murdered. That Breonna Taylor case, that shit just passed. That shit should be enough for us to say, like, yo, F a gender war. You know what I'm saying? That should have been enough to be like, yo, F a gender war. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, yo, like, we're literally getting executed in front of the media. Y'all are paying attention to it. But the first thing y'all want to pay attention to is if somebody talking about they pussy or what some idiot done. Like, this whole Tory Lanez thing, that dude's a fucking mark. Let's just leave that alone. We got bigger things to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, we really got to stand up and say to ourselves, hey, yo, like, this is what we gonna do. Because if we don't, I don't know if you caught it. I don't know if you caught it. I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't mean. I heard we were talking about Tory Lanez, and I don't know if you caught it, but right when this verdict came out about the Breonna Taylor thing, Tory Lanez comes out with an album, and so it was just like, here's Breonna Taylor. We all know what happened with her. Look,
Tory Lanez album just comes out. You know what I'm saying? And now everybody's back on the Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez bullshit. It's just like, bro, this just happened yesterday, bro. You know what I'm saying? We just heard what the fuck they announced yesterday, and then now we back on Tory Lanez dumbass. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I mean,
I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it.
It's just the way the platform is being used by the industry is currently to.
It's crazy.
It's a distraction tactic. It's a distraction tactic, man. It's like you see one thing, you see another. There's so much for us to pay attention to right now. Yes, as a Black man, I am aware that we can do more for our women. I'm aware of that. I am completely aware of that. But I'm also aware that there's an execution of our youth, our men, and our women. And I'm also aware that some of this shit is completely put in the ether so we can like navigate it in a way where we can desensitize ourselves to it.
Yeah.
But it's like that's not what should be happening. If we see it happening, we should think about what message we're portraying spiritually and on a higher consciousness, because I don't think everybody gonna be on some, hey yo, like, it's time for me to make a change, whatever. But I do think that it's very important that more of us do that. Like, more of us should be saying, hey yo, what this nigga doing? Y'all see what just happened at Ferguson? Y'all see what just damn, Ferguson still ain't got no water, but this nigga over here shooting at, like, there is something that needs to be done differently. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a time to ignore it. I'm just saying that, like, these niggas goofy. What we gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is goofy. Like, all right, we get it. There's so many goofy. I deal with goofies all the time. Like, all the time. Like, this is the internet. This is the internet era. Some goofy always gonna have something to say. And if they are not physically in arm's reach for you to smack the hell out of them, motherfucker, just block them. Like people give them a platform. People give these idiots a platform, and that's the problem. Like, we keep giving them platforms. The reason they even say the things they say is because they have a medium to say these things. Yep. Period. Yep. We keep giving them a medium to say these things.
Look what they did. They just gave him a whole album. You know
exactly. They let this man put money behind a whole album, basically telling the story about how he shot at a black woman, and people are listening to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
We can't hear Tory Lanez side. Well, when somebody comes out with an album, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like we just talked about, if you a real artist, you gonna put your all behind that shit. Now, my lady just was listening to she gonna be doing a review on the album on her YouTube page. But if that man, go listen to that album. Go listen to that album. I haven't heard it myself, but from what she's telling me, that man's telling it all. You know what I'm saying? That's his little diary.
And also, just I ain't really trying to be on no one side thing. But like, how many times have we heard the man story and the man done lied? The man done lied, and then the goddamn the papers, the documents say this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? From multiple sources. You know what I'm saying? Like, what killed me the most is that the goddamn, even with the Chris Brown thing, everybody was picking up Chris Brown. I'm just like, look, I'm gonna stay out of that. Like, once again, I don't like naming names, but I just know, like, personally, black men need to take ownership, man. Black men don't want to take ownership, and that bothers me. Cause like me as a black man, I take ownership about everything I done did, and I think that's just my problem. Cause I'm an empath. I understand emotions and I understand myself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, when it comes to even understanding these circumstances, I'm like, yo, like, we need to evaluate ourselves, and there's a lot of victim blaming on both sides, but there's also, people got to understand there's still abuse in our community as black folks. There's that history of abuse. There's history of niggas lying. There's history of repeated offenses from us as black men. But if we gonna sit here and not evaluate ourselves and not understand why exactly we in these situations and getting taken the blame about everything, what are we gonna do? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We can't sit here and keep saying, yo, it was the woman. Like, there's so much fucking, like, even far from this situation, how many rapes is going on by black men on black women that we not paying attention to and that we need to pay attention to? You know what I'm saying? A lot that's going on is literally a reflection of the past generation. And if we don't break this generational curses, like, once again, this fucking victim blaming, we gonna be stuck in the same situation we was 20, 15, 10 modern years ago. You know what I'm saying? Period. The thing about right and wrong for me is that if you know you wrong, you gonna try to be right about it. Mm. There is no motivation for right now. It's always, look, this is what happened, but this is what I did. Even with the most recent situations in hip hop, I just see a whole lot of victim blaming. Even in our community, there's a whole lot of victim blaming. Like, with the way we treat our baby mamas, the way we carry ourselves as men, you know, these hoes ain't shit, this, that, and the third. And it's just like, what are you doing as a nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, What are you doing to make them feel secure so they ain't out here doing all this bullshit? And I ain't gonna say, look, once again, I ain't gonna say all women are right or all women are wrong, nor am I gonna say all men are right and all men are wrong. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say that. What I'm gonna say is that it really takes a strong, conducive understanding between both people and even us as a community that these things happen. And if we are not ready to talk about it without putting our emotions aside, some of y'all can kick rocks, bro. Like, period. That's just me.
That's what a lot of
that's
shit,
just me,
man. That's what a lot of shit dealing with, not only with music, bro, but with everything, bro. Like, if we not, or dealing with females, like, we not really ready to take ownership in some of the shit we do, then we gonna be fucked, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
I would have thought after you know, folks are getting locked up, y'all would stop being women. Like, period. Like, I would have thought that would have stopped. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. You know, it's a prevalent thing. You know what I'm saying? And even when we talk about it, it's more or less of, we gonna sweep it under the table. You know, cause that's one of our brothers and stuff, shit like that. I don't know this nigga. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know this nigga. Like, what is what he do got to do with me? You talking about we got to stand up for our black men? This nigga is not filling my pockets. This nigga ain't paying my bills. This nigga is some random nigga I don't even know. And even on both sides, like I said, I'm black on all sides. But honestly, if somebody translates to me, even through their medium, that they are an enemy or a threat to whatever I stand for, they stay in the fuck over there. Period.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. But at the same time, man, you know what I mean? Like, I love them from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Because,
right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, these are still our brothers and sisters who
right.
we got to look out for, because obviously nobody else wants to. You know what I mean?
No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying completely fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Because the system's saying fuck us already. I ain't saying fuck them. I'm saying, look, yo, just do better, bro. Like, if the people that forgive you will forgive you, but if you don't do better for yourself, the same situations is going to keep happening to you, if not worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that's what I want us as a people to understand. Like, we internally are so damaged and used to trauma that we don't break the cycle. You know, like, I personally just want to reverberate love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's more important than trying to be the dopest. Like, what I got to say to you, even if it ain't the hardest line you ever heard, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying to you should matter 1,000 times more. You know what I'm saying? The message should matter 1,000 times more. And it's just like what we talk about, the climate of music. The message should stand out 1,000 times more than sometimes a person background ain't the best. But when you make that money, and when you coming into your own, and you finally reach that point, you know, maybe it is sometimes, you know, I respect Lil Baby because he did drop a song recently called The Bigger Picture, and it was about BLM and all that things of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That was respect, you know, power from that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's just like, for me, like, y'all could have been doing this.
Yeah,
like,
I had I also talked about that in one of my recent interviews, man. Me personally, man, I didn't think that was genuine, if you ask me. I personally think that, you know, because if the situation hadn't happened, if people weren't out there protesting, if life was still going on normal, do you think he would have really came out with that song?
I couldn't tell you.
I
really couldn't.
Me neither. But
I really couldn't tell.
From the recent song that Lil Baby came out with, you know what I'm saying, and the albums, is just like, and then here this song comes out now after something has happened, after you see people protesting. That's when you want to speak out. But I feel like, if you're gonna do something like that, continue to do it, or do it before something happens. You know what I'm saying? That way people are aware of what's going on and can take charge and can take position before something like this happens. Because you cannot win the game if you're in the wrong position. And if everybody's, you know what I'm saying, worried about this and that, and then when something happens, we rushing trying to get where we need to be, it's like, well, you can't, a song ain't gonna bring them back. You know what I mean? A song ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, have these police quit trying to kill us. You know what I'm saying? You got to take charge before, you know what I mean, and after you do that, you know what I'm saying, to make sure nothing like this happens again. You know what I mean? But
and no, that's deep, because, you know, some of my favorite artists have been attacked for lack of communication. You know what I'm saying? Like Cole and Kendrick, I've been seeing things, you know, where people have been saying, hey, yo, like, you know, why haven't they said anything? And you know, me personally being an avid listener to the artists who speak from a higher being, I say they've been talking about this. Were y'all listening?
Yeah.
That's the question I ask people. Like, were y'all listening when we had these things to say? And
I agree with you, man. I agree. You know, there are artists out there who've been talking about this for years now. You know what I mean? For years, bro. But you know, what one thing that you know sells today is what? When sex, money, drugs. You know what I mean? That's what sells. You know what I mean? Unless you're somebody like, I want to say Kendrick Lamar, but I don't really. I ain't never heard him really talk about something like that in an aspect of which everybody listens to. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Everybody wants to listen to the trap shit. Everybody wants to learn about perkies and this and that. But when are y'all gonna start learning about 5%? When y'all gonna start learning about, you know what I'm saying, knowledge of self? You know what I mean? And nobody wants to listen to that because they feel like it's boring. Ain't enough bass in this song. Ain't enough this and that in this song.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He ain't trying to fry his brains from the perkies in this song. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so you know, it varies differently. But people have been trying to put out this message for years now. So
yeah, for years, even artists beyond like those two, you know what I'm saying? You know, like Lupe, he one of my favorite artists of all time. You know, like he's been saying way before any of this was going on. Like if you listen to American Terrorist by Lupe, that's boom, that's what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that Kenosha situation. You know, it's when I listen to music, I consider it like poetry. You know what I'm saying? Like even beyond poetry, I consider it that person is literally trying to communicate with me. Yeah. You know, that's why I think mixing is important, because if you're trying to communicate with me, I need to hear you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, there are many artists who typically, you know, they think it's more about what you're saying, but your intentions have to be in it. Your soul has to be in what you're saying, you know? And like for a time, I've seen the other side where, you know, people just want to do drugs and party, and, you know, people want to still do all this party shit. And it's just like, me personally, I know that's not for me, but that's for somebody else. And I disagree with it to a high standard, because like this generation is running the drugs because we dealt with so much trauma as young people. Like us in our 20s, like the internet has really shown us that this world ain't as perfect as we used to think it was, when I used to be able to hide shit in newspapers and shit. You know, like ever since like we've gained access to raw data, it's like the culture just completely shifted. You know, we're definitely more in tune, you know, but there's also that sense of danger. Like us as black people, we always feel in danger. Because if you look at what's going on, of course we always gonna feel like we in danger, because look at what we're being shown. To whether it's on the internet, whether even some of our friends, you know what I'm saying, some of our melanin recessive friends, you know, they'll say some shit like, I don't agree with the Black Lives Matter movement, but they also don't understand that literally white supremacy and white privilege does exist. And if you don't acknowledge that, then there's no reason for us to be friends.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of divide. There's a lot of hurtfulness going on, even like in our friend circle.
There we go.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. I hear you.
My bad. Connection fucked up a little bit. You
know I saw that. I saw the circle when I was talking. I was like, oh
man,
no.
You know, this whole, listen, man. Sometimes I be nervous when I be doing these interviews, man, because I listen. Bro, I was doing a podcast show one day, and the shit just completely shut off. You know what I mean? Like the thing fucked up, it froze up, everything. Like I was fucked. So, but I be nervous sometimes, man. But you know, I'm glad we still here. We still here. Now, you know what I'm saying? I want to switch gears a little bit, man, because, you know, do you have any upcoming projects, any upcoming visuals that you're working on, any upcoming albums, singles? You know what I'm saying? What's next, man?
Man, I got a lot. I think you had an interview with my boy Cusco a couple weeks back. Me and him, like, we've been working on some music for it's been about going on about a year or two now.
Yeah.
And
that boy right there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a nasty motherfucker.
I meant to hit him up actually the other week, man, because we were gonna do a little album review. You know what I'm saying? A little listening session, but I never got around to it, man. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of upset about it, but yeah, man. So.
Yeah, I got something going on with him. I think it's called The Art of Struggle.
Oh shit.
So
okay.
I'm the artist that is going to be on that project with him. We got some pretty dope shit going. Like I heard it myself. I heard it multiple times. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, like this right here. Ooh. Like it's like things for me, like I don't really work with just anybody, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny to me because Cusco the last person, you know, like, you know, because I'm gonna be real, he a white boy. So like I was like, hey man, come on, bro. But like you know, that's my boy, bro. Like, you know, tooth and nail, bro. Like, he been there for me for hard times. Like, even when I've been seeing things on the news that had me really shocked. You know what I mean? And you know, he said, like, yo, I support your message, bro. Like, he told me straight, I support your message, I support his. And, you know, just like Bon, you know what I'm saying? Me and him, you know, we've been doing music for not too long, but, like, you know, the chemistry was there, you know? So, like, we just decided to put something together. But this is from, like...
That'll be a dope. That you know, y'all two doing a duo project or anything, jumping on a song, you know what I'm saying? That right there, because from his style of music and your style of music, you put that shit together, that's something beautiful right there.
It's a cold algorithm. It's a cold algorithm, man. And you know, I think it's dope because, like, definitely in this climate of hip hop, it's so much. It's still separation, whether it be from, you know, man, woman, black, white, red, purple, whatever. There's so much separation. And you know, he even said himself, we were just sitting down smoking. He's like, how you think they gonna feel about me being white and you being black? And I was like, yo, straight up, you a spitter. I know how to rap. You know how to rap. Motherfuckers ain't out here rapping, bro. We got a message. We got a message that's not being heard. You know what I'm saying? And we're steadfast with that message. Like, it's like fasting for us with this music. You know how, like, when you're doing, like, water, you're just doing veggies, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we out here trying to bring food for thought to people, you know what I'm saying? We trying to expand their minds and, like, really tell them and look them in the eyes and say, hey, these are experiences that we've been through, you know, and through these experiences, here are lessons learned. Yeah. You know, and the reason I personally am in love with, you know, the current process of, you know, just doing music with somebody that, like, I genuinely fuck with is that it's a mutual understanding of what we both want as an outcome out of this. You know what I'm saying? We don't just want people to be like, oh, that shit's dope. No, like, we have a different steel-coated message that needs to be heard. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, even apart from that, you know, I'm mad because my boy, you know, he's somewhere else right now, or else we would have been cranking out more music. But, like, you know, even down here, down south, I've been handling some things. Yeah, I do got a video coming soon, for a song I ain't put out yet. Like I said, like, I wouldn't even say I'm rebranding myself, but I've evolved leagues beyond trying to fit the status quo of what's going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like what I have been doing, you know, in my purest form, has finally arisen, you know, from the ashes, you know, like a phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, rebirth. So, like, even aside from that, I've really been focused on expanding our brand some more. You know, like, you know, my boy Cusco, you know, I got some things going on with two of my producers, homie Black Lord and Imp. You know, those dudes, they're some dope dudes, man. You know, I known Imp for about 7 years. They been putting some work here in the Atlanta Underground, you know what I'm saying? And you know, my boy Black Lord, you know, he a little goofy sometimes, but boy, that dude ill on the chops, yo, on that SB. And, you know, so you like me and them, you know, we got some things going on. And then, you know, I got some things. I don't really want to talk about what I got going on separately right now because it ain't really, but just know, like, it's just everything I've been doing recently, like, before, you know, what happened and stuff like that, when I finally cleared my mind and find out truly what I was about, it's really about to come out more. Like, you know, I really awakened something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've conjured a different meaning for why I do my music, you know what I mean? And through that has been a lot of avenues that have been opening up, even for, like, you know, the people I'm around, you know what I mean? And that's what sits deeper in my soul than just trying to make it, you know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, you know, that might be like the fifth dimensional goal, or, like, you know, the goal that, you know, everybody wants to do, because every motherfucker want to make it, you know what I'm saying? But, like, who gonna stand the test of time? That's what's important. Yeah. Really gonna say something to the people that's gonna stand out and really motivate them to say, hey, yo. And for me, growing up, like, I wouldn't say I was bullied. I wouldn't say that at all. But, you know, I was weird. I was a weird motherfucker. So, like, you know, I was skateboard and, you know, listen to rock music. You know, my favorite band, Nirvana.
I used to too, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I used to be real heavy on the skateboards, man. You real heavy on the skateboards. Hey, real heavy on the DC shoes with the little tight pants. You know what I'm saying? Well, I had tight pants like to where like they were loose in the waist area. You know what I mean? But they were tight. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they were tight around your legs, bro.
DC shoes. You know what I mean? Listening to Pop Roach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been there, done that.
You was with it. You was with it. We probably would have been cool back then. Yeah, bro. Like, yeah.
I was fresh. I thought I was fresh. So fuck.
Yeah, the
DC's
DC's on, boy. That's crazy.
I feel you.
But yeah, bro, like, so like I said earlier, you know, the lumpen proletariat, man, they've really been having something to say for a minute. And people got to understand the lumpen proletariat is not a bad thing. It's the ones that, the lumpen proletariat means for people that don't understand, like, you know, liberal science and stuff like that. The lumpen proletariat means people who are deemed outcast by society. So when you're deemed an outcast by, when you're doing something out of the societal norms, let's say if you're not a Christian and or you white or, you know, anything that can be seen as, oh, that's not normal, you know, that's what the lumpen proletariat is. It's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's really who I speak to, whether you black, whether you a skater, whether you a thug, whether you dumb, whether you a hoe, whether you a scholar, whatever you are. If my message can expand your horizons to what truly is going on and help you see what's really going on in this society, even through the shit I'm saying, because like people don't understand, like lyricism is important. It's important for me. Like even in kitchen, like some of the things I was saying probably went over people's heads, but I was just saying like, yo, like it, you know, money's important, but like resources is more important because there's some things that's going to happen that we have to navigate as people and as a unit. Find your A-likes and move centered. You know what I'm saying? Move with the truest intentions that you're supposed to move with. Because right now, that's exactly what's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, me personally, it brings tears to my eyes, you know, because we all want to see this concept of community where 100% of us are all going to be on one accord. But, you know, some people already have their mentalities where it's just like, this is what I want. But if you find those people who are like, hey, yo, this is what I'm about, and it match up, like it's just immediate synchronicity for you and that person, that's what you should pay attention to. That's really how you're going to win. That's really how you're going to win right now. Because, you know, as a people, we spend so much time, like, losing. And I've noticed because, like, even the music's not enough. Like, even me as an artist, I can only do so much, you know, before, like, things have to change internally, spiritually, you know, even on those levels. You know, I can only say, and then those who do will do. You know what I'm saying? There's no try. Like Yoda said it, there ain't no try, there's only do. You know, so yeah, it's important that we finally start activating. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what I stand for right now is like, yo, like it's time for us to finally like activate. You know, our eyes need to go from brown to gold. You feel me? Like, yeah, just time to ascend.
Oh yeah, man. Well, you know what I'm saying? Listen, Hakeem, man, you know what I'm saying? I want to thank you for taking the time to sit down with me. You know what I mean? Hey, this was a good interview. You know what I'm saying? A lot of knowledge was spoken in this interview right here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great words, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things that I hope people take home and you know, study.
Hey, pack it up like at the Go Plate. If y'all hearing it right now, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that soul food, that special soul food.
I'm saying, bro, go ahead, take a plate, get a fork, eat that.
You know what I mean? Before we go, man, you got any shout outs you want to give out real quick? Any producers, artists, girlfriends, wives, you know what I'm saying? Homies on the block, you know what I mean? Anybody.
Hey, yo, shout out my boy A9. I see him. He was paying attention to the live. You know, he's got a brand going on, Black Jackal, some dope clothing lines. Straight, you know, we both stand for the same thing. That's my brother. Yo, shout out Black Lord, dope ass producer. Like I said, shout out M, dope ass producer, MC. Check out his Another Adam album. You know, shout out my boy Cusco, man. Oh, yeah. You already know I gotta give a shout out to Cusco. Yeah. Shout out my boy Siraj Young. He just dropped a video. Yo, shout out my baby girl Daisy Duce. She actually did the video for Kitchen. Okay. She actually filmed that. And you know, shout out my nigga. Man, just shout out everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the folks that came in this chat. Yo, you know, anybody in the local community that seen me from where I'm at now to where I was then, yo, like, yo, shout out to all of y'all. I love y'all. Yo, shout out to Roundtable Radio, too, for having me do this interview. Because, you know, there's some things I had to talk about. You know what I mean? So, like, yo, shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Straight family side. Yo, I hope everybody out there is blessed and they staying high and true. That's one.
Oh yeah, man. Well, listen, man. Thank you again for taking the time to sit down with me, bro. I definitely want to get you back up there to have a part 2 when you drop some more heat, man. So you know what I'm saying. Keep us in your mind. You know what I mean.
Off top.
Continue to send us some material. You know what I'm saying. Every Wednesday is Freestyle Wednesday. Every Friday is Music Video Friday. So anytime you
Word
want to
up.
drop something, you know what I'm saying, just send it through, man. You know what I mean.
Word up.
And until
Word up.
next time, man. Stay safe. God bless. Just keep your mask on. You know what I
Oh
mean.
yeah, free smoke. Free smoke. That's my brand, free smoke. I just saw somebody hashtag free smoke. Yeah, that's my brand, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I just opened a studio out here in Atlanta. So like,
Oh
you know,
shit.
if
Okay.
people need some work done, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Julian. Damn, I forgot your name. Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, bro, like, you know, just shout out everybody. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. So,
Oh yeah,
you know,
most definitely, man. Until next time, man. Peace, man.
yeah, peace, brother.
Yes, sir. Quick commercial break. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we do it up here. Every Saturday is IG Live. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, every weekend we doing IG Live interviews. So if you have any material that you have coming out that you want to have promoted, always be sure to keep in mind Roundtable Radio is doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you got anything that you got coming out, projects, singles, visuals, shoot it over to us at our email, roundtableentbookings@gmail.com, or send it to our DMs, you know what I'm saying, and we'll hook it up for you. You know what I'm saying? Like we always say at Roundtable Radio, peace.
Just don't let me see you shoot no dogs.
Roundtable Radio.